For decades, Nintendo has been the gold standard for innovation in gaming, from revolutionizing home consoles to giving us timeless icons like Mario, Zelda, and Pokemon. They weren't just making games, they were shaping our childhoods. Nintendo has built its legacy on pushing boundaries. The NES saved the industry, the N64 brought 3D into gaming, the Wii redefined motion controls, but lately it feels like they've just been playing it safe. The new Super Mario Bros. Just hasn't felt new in quite some time. Tears of the Kingdom, while brilliant, recycles Breath of the Wild's map, and Mario Kart 8, still the standard nearly a decade later, on a ported game. Now let's talk about Nintendo's pricing, or rather, their refusal to price competitively. While PlayStation and Xbox regularly offer steep discounts on their exclusives, Nintendo stays locked in at their full price, forever. It doesn't matter if it's 5 years old or a port, it's still $60. Want to play a 2014 game like Tropical Freeze? That'll be full price. A re-release of a Wii U title? Still full price. And while their Switch Online subscription is cheap, it feels outdated. You get a slow trickle of old games, bare-bone online features, and retro libraries that make you feel it's more of a nostalgia sample than a real value. Voice chat? It still runs through your phone. No achievements, no party system, and for many major titles like Pokemon, no cloud save support. That's not just behind the times, that's actively inconvenient. And then there's their approach to game availability. Remember when they pulled Super Mario 3D All-Stars from shelves after 6 months? Not because of legal issues, but to create artificial scarcity? Nintendo's limited time strategies don't feel magical, they feel manipulative. Nintendo was the king of the curveball. From barking commands into a microphone in Nintendogs, to solving puzzles with your pulse and brain age. The company was bold, weird, and wonderfully unpredictable. But now it feels like they're sticking to safe sequels they know will sell. Splatoon 3 was fun, but nothing fabulous. Pikmin 4 just added polish, nothing unique. And fan-favorite series like F-Zero, Star Fox, Golden Sun, or even Kid Icarus are still missing, and deeply missed. Yes, we got ARMS, Ring Fit Adventure, and Nintendo Labo, creative spins that showed glimmers of old Nintendo, but even those were abandoned as quickly as they appeared. Instead of building on them, Nintendo retreats to the same tried and true formulas. And here's the thing, risk is what made Nintendo matter. The DS was weird, the Wii sounded ridiculous, but they worked because Nintendo believed in innovation. Now it's like they don't even want to take that chance anymore, even when fans are begging for it. When the Switch launched in 2017, it was a revelation. Nintendo's next biggest step after the 3DS. A hybrid console that really blended portability with console gaming. But 8 years later, the issues have begun to overlap. While the competition is pushing 4K, SSD speeds, and ray tracing, Nintendo has been running far behind and still using the aging mobile hardware they know and love. Games like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Splatoon 3, Breath of the Wild, and Pikmin 4 still struggle with basic performance. Stuttering, texture pop-ins, frame rate drops, constant bugs, and annoying crashes that should not exist on a first-party title. Now let's talk Joy-Con drift. A hardware issue so widespread and annoying it became a meme. Even after multiple revisions, Nintendo still has never found a way to fix this issue for good. Fans have just resorted to doing it themselves or getting third-party replacements just to be able to play without having to get aggravated at replacing Joy-Cons every 2 months. And basic features? Missing. Bluetooth audio wasn't added until 2021. There's still no Netflix app. There's still no folders, no customizable themes, or even badges. It's like Nintendo did not want to get with the program, and players are left with an experience that makes them feel so bored. And it starts feeling limited. People aren't asking for a Switch Pro or a Switch 2 because they want shinier, better graphics. They want these games that they're paying for to run well. They want a platform that evolves with them. And right now, Nintendo is falling behind and constantly leaving us on deaf ears. So here's the truth. If it weren't for indie developers, the Switch would feel like a ghost town between first-party releases. Nintendo's own games come out once every few months, but in between, it's indie titles carrying that weight. Hades, Hollow Knight, Celeste, Stardew Valley, these aren't just great games. They're some of the best experiences on the Switch period, and they weren't made by Nintendo. Ironically, the platform that's stuck in the past has become a thriving home for innovation, not just from Nintendo themselves. The eShop is overflowing with incredible indie talent, but is buried under shovelware, asset flips, and overpriced mobile games, making it harder for quality games to get the spotlight they deserve. Nintendo benefits from these indie hits, but does very little to fix the storefront or curate content beyond their indie world showcases. So while the platform thrives, it's not because of Nintendo's leadership, it's in spite of it. It hurts to say this, but many of us grew up with Nintendo. They were our first consoles, our first games, our first wow moments, but somewhere along the way, the magic got replaced with marketing strategy. From pricing schemes to hardware stagnation, safe sequels to anti-consumer practices, it's starting to feel like Nintendo is coasting on nostalgia. And while that may work for now barely, it's not sustainable forever. We want to be surprised again. We want bold new ideas, not just familiar ones. And we want a Nintendo that leads the industry, not one that lags behind it. The Switch gave us some incredible memories, but if Nintendo wants to stay legendary, it needs to evolve. Because magic isn't just about reliving the past. It's about believing the future can be even better. So, is Nintendo losing its touch? Maybe. Or maybe this is just a quiet phase before their next big leap. The real question is, are they willing to take that leap again? What do you guys think? Is Nintendo still innovating, or are they still stuck in nostalgia? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell button so you never miss another deep dive. Have a great day, guys.